Hello, my name is Kelsey, and I just got a bisexual haircut. Welcome back to the podcast. Can you take my shift? It's time to gather around the water cooler, everyone, for this week's revealing gossip.
Revealing,
yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, all right.
Things are about to get revealed.
I guess so. Yeah, that is definitely one way to put it.
Yeah. But welcome back, everyone. You'll be happy to know that Amy and I are fully out of quarantine, and we are back in the same room.
Oh my gosh, it feels so nice. I could not believe it. Like, when we went into isolation, things were still, like, spring was starting to spring.
Spring had sprung.
Yeah, spring. Well, not fully, but it was starting to sprung, I guess.
Starting to spring.
Starting to spring. And the weather was, like, gorgeous while we were inside. And it was... Of course. But it was kind of nice because it's one thing to be stuck inside when the weather's nice. It's a whole other thing to be stuck inside when the weather's god-awful. Because then it's just dreary and gross all day long. But when we got to leave to go outside, I was like, it is so green. There are leaves on the trees. Like, flowers were blooming. I was like, it's only been 2 weeks. But I literally felt like a bear coming out of hibernation. Or that meme of, I can't remember her name all of a sudden, but when she finishes divorcing Tom Cruise.
Oh, Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, the Nicole Kidman meme where she's like, ah. That's how I felt. But yeah, we are... free from isolation. One of us is got her first vaccine.
I did.
That's very exciting. I booked my appointment for 2 weeks from now, so...
Yeah. No, the vaccine rollout has been a little strange in Canada, and we won't go too much into the politics of it. I'm just going to take it and go, because I was back at work, and I got an email saying, your work has been qualified as an essential worker, you guys get to get vaccinated. And I was like, oh my god, yes, like, finally, because I work in a salon where you can't social distance when you're doing a bunch of the services. Like, how are you supposed to wax someone's lip? Are you supposed to, like, attach it to, like, a ruler and then, like, pull?
Yeah, I don't know.
So it was kind of like about time, but, like, we're not technically essential, but we also can't really socially distance. And so I was like, oh, cool. And then I get another email. We're also vaccinating workplaces where there has been an outbreak of COVID. And since me and another one of my coworkers both got COVID, and we think potentially how we got it was because they did all the contact tracing where they call you and they're like, okay, where were you this day? Where were you this day? Were you this day? And most likely it was a client brought it in.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that is what they have most likely deduced, which is really shitty. So, like, when places ask you, are you feeling any symptoms? Don't lie.
Yeah.
Like, the client, we have no idea who it could have been.
Yeah.
But, like, if a client did bring it in, like, they could have been asymptomatic. So, like, I'm not blaming anyone.
No, it's no matter what, it's a terrible, terrible situation.
Yeah. So it makes sense that we should all get vaccinated. So we went. I went because I was the first one of my coworkers to get an appointment, and the booking system, I was like so stressed. I put in my number and I was like, okay, and then I got an appointment. So I booked it in thinking I booked it for what was that? Oh, I thought I booked it for Thursday. So I show up the next day at my appointment time to get vaccinated, and he's like, your appointment time is tomorrow. Because when I booked my appointment, they didn't send me the confirmation email literally till the next day when I got there.
Oh.
So I just thought I had the time. I thought I picked Thursday. So
I mean, it was a day difference. You still got...
I still got vaccinated, and I didn't really have many symptoms. Like, the day I did get vaccinated, my arm hurt. And then the next day, I had a really bad headache, and I was really tired.
Yeah.
But I stupidly was like, oh, I'm tired. I want to feel better about myself. I'm going to put a little self-tanner on. I just, like, went to town with the self-tanner, not thinking of it. I still had the little circle Band-Aid on my arm.
So now you got a big old polka dot on your arm. It's really funny.
So yeah, I picked up some tanning eraser to try to get rid of it. No, it was still there.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's exciting. You got your first shot. I discovered, I think it was like the day after your vaccine appointment. So I was like, I was happy for you got it. But then like low-key, I was like, I just want to get mine too. And like, I had no idea when I was going to get it. And I was at my big girl job. And an email pops up on the corner of my work computer. I'm in the middle of doing like a project. And it just goes, COVID-19 vaccine eligibility. And I almost like jumped out of my desk. I was like, what is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What does this mean? And also, yeah, my work, it's like a construction company thing. So they were deemed an essential service too, along the lines of you are, because there had been 3 separate COVID outbreaks. 2 of them have been in the time since I started there. And that's only been in 3 months.
Yeah.
So it's a decent amount of time. And also, it's construction. It's technically like an essential service. They have to get these things done.
Yeah.
There's deadlines. There's things that they need to do. So, no, that is booked. That is exciting. We're making headway. Hopefully we can start seeing the homies in the summer.
Yeah, I am just so ready to I'm so ready to make out with the homies.
Oh, yeah, looking at everybody's eyeballs.
Yeah, but no, we had, of course, we got out. I got vaccinated. Amy's getting vaccinated. It was Trevor's birthday. We unfortunately could not have a giant party for him. But we made dinner and we finished Avatar, which Amy's been trying to get me to watch for 5 years.
It has been 5 long, hard years of trying to get you to watch Avatar. And then you finally do it. And you're like, oh, just like, I needed like, because I asked you, I'm like, why did it take you so long? She's like, oh, I needed like second opinions. I'm like, you had my opinion. You had Kaylee's opinion. And she's like, but you guys are like biased. I'm like, well, of course we are. But these are multiple opinions. And like the internet stands by the show. It ages beautifully. Like there's maybe like 1 or 2 things that aren't great in the show. But like overall, it's chef's kiss.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's a good show. I get it. Okay, moving on.
Okay, fair enough.
Moving on to the most important and earth-shattering thing that happened since this last episode.
Oh yeah.
We have a kitty cat.
We got a cat.
We got a new employee. Will she be employee of the month? Probably not. She's a little rude in the mornings. Especially before I've had my coffee.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad someone else can take that role from me. Appreciate it.
No, she's just like Amy. She's so kind. She's sweet. She's cuddly. And she's an absolute asshole in the mornings.
I will have you know. I have FaceTimed my girlfriend multiple times in the morning, and every time I have to preface, I'm like, I am sorry if I ever come across as mean, because I do it every once in a while, and I don't mean to. So far, she says I haven't done it. She's like, I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm like, there's gonna come a day where it's not gonna be nice, and I'm just letting you know now. But it usually only happens when I'm woken up very abruptly by a certain person sitting across my bed from me, and I don't like it. So just don't wake me up abruptly.
Fair enough.
It's like a cat. Don't wake him up abruptly.
I don't wake her up abruptly, no. But her name is Arya. She is gray. So I don't know breeds of cats. She is gray. She is 8 years old. We've also deduced that I think she's a Gemini.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Love that energy.
From when they got her to like how old she was. So I would definitely say she's a Gemini, but like closer to be like a Gemini Cancer.
Oh, okay.
She's definitely born in June.
And she's a little moody.
Yeah, so I deduce that she's probably a Gemini, which makes sense. I surround myself with them.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah, we got her a collar. So Trevor was like, I was like, she needs a collar. And he's like, she doesn't. I was like, what if she gets out? Like, I've only had dogs, so I'm very much like a dog owner.
Yes.
I was like, she needs a collar. She needs a tag with her name and our phone number on it. Like, I know she's chipped, but...
Yeah, it's just better to cover all your bases.
Mm-hmm. And so we were at the pet store getting her a scratching post as well because she didn't have one. And I was like, you are not we have carpet in my bedroom. So unfortunately, she's not allowed in my bedroom unsupervised.
Yeah.
Because she has scratched at the carpet already. And we're looking at the collars, and I was like, okay, pick out one. And I was like, I like the ones with bells. Why does she need a bell? She will sneak right. She's one of the quietest cats ever.
Yeah, she got lost in my closet.
Yeah.
You were trying to find her for, like, it felt like hours. You're like, I don't know where she is. I was like, she has to be, like, somewhere. There's no way she got out. And even you started, like, looking through my closet, and you're like, I just don't see her. And, like, she's a gray cat.
Yeah.
Shine the flashlight, and she was just hanging out. I'm like, okay, if this is where you feel comfortable, just that's fine. I'll keep the door open for a little bit. But, like, once she left, I was like,
yeah, closing the closet.
Please don't go back in here.
So we got her a black collar with moons and stars on it with a bell, because she is a true astrology hoe.
She is. She's a cutie.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been our week. Thanks for catching up with us, guys.
That's what you missed on Glee.
Yeah. But what I have been up to is I have been trying to use all my benefits because they expire at the end of this month. So I've been going to, like, town on, like, getting things done this month. Yeah. And when you're looking for a place, of course, you read reviews, right?
Of course.
Because a lot of it is so review based now. Like, when you're looking for anything service wise, almost everybody looks at reviews. And then part of my job is to, I don't know, like, because I'm a receptionist, part of my job is to check our reviews to see if anyone's left us reviews. Yeah. And so every day I check to see if anyone's left us a review. Good, bad. You know, if it's a good review, it's usually, oh, thank you so much, I'll pass on, like, the positive. But if it's a bad review, you're like, okay, so this person, then you have to go into the thing and look up their profile, look when they were in, see what services, see. I always find it weird. So when some people will leave, because whenever they leave, I ask them, how was everything today? Mm-hmm. And if anyone ever tells me not good or bad, I immediately, like, make a note of it, see if we can fix it. We try to fix it right away. Of course. Now, if someone doesn't tip, because it's a service-based industry, tipping is not mandatory. It's appreciated. It's appreciated, but it is, again, not mandatory. If a client doesn't tip, I always go and talk to whoever was providing their service. Hey, was everything okay with the service? And sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, she comes in all the time and she never tips. Yeah. But when they tip, this has happened twice. They have not said there was any issues, tipped, and then they've left a bad review. Why? That I don't understand. Like,
that's, like, so passive aggressive.
Exactly. Because, like, why would you leave a shit review when, first of all, you tipped, and if you just said something, probably could have fixed something for you or discounted it for you. Like, today I went and got acupuncture for the first time. Yeah. And then I also got a massage after, and it was, like, the best and worst of massage of my life. Yes. Because she just, like, went to town on my back. And it hurt, but I feel good now. But it really hurt. Yeah. And I left her an 18% tip, and I won't go back. Yeah. Because the other massage therapist I went to was far better. She just, like, maybe just a little bit more pressure from the first one. But I'm not going to leave a shit review.
The thing is, though, like, like you were saying earlier, things are so review based now, and one of the things that they teach you when you become, like, a supervisor or, like, a manager is that most people, if they're going to leave a review, it's going to be a bad one. Because people either remember the absolute amazing service that they get, or they remember the super shitty service they get, right? Because the shitty service later on makes for, like, a really, really good story, right? Like, we constantly talk about, like, the dumb shit that's happened to us because it's more interesting than talking about the good things. Even though people love hearing good news, right? It makes you happy. Everyone likes to have their ego inflated. It's nice. But the bad reviews are funny.
They're funny. So that gave us an idea. Because while I was trapped upstairs in my little isolation, I was trying to order groceries online from the grocery store that's closest to us. Yeah. And I was just curious, like, what are the reviews? And I found one review that like partially inspired this episode. What also inspired this episode is there's a YouTuber by Gus Johnson. He reads bad reviews of small town strip clubs.
Oh yeah, he's on like small town strip clubs, small town, like whatever's in a small town. He always reads the 1-star reviews. They're so funny.
Yeah, but there's this one review from this grocery store near us, and like it is a wild ride. So I think I will save it for last.
Okay.
But we decided to look up because obviously we didn't work at the grocery store, but we decided to look up our places we have worked.
Yes.
So Amy, would you like to start with some 1-star reviews from places you have worked?
Absolutely. So I guess I'll start with the coffee shop, and I guess I can now say this because it's the end of an Amy era.
Yeah, truly is.
It truly is, and it feels really weird to like say this. But I put in my 2 weeks at the coffee shop, and it's very bittersweet because it's bittersweet in the sense of like I feel like I'm breaking up with all my coworkers because I've never done this.
Yeah.
Like usually when I've left stores, it's just I'm going to a different store. Yeah. And like when I left to go work at the theme park, I knew I was probably going to come back at the end of the day. But this, it feels a little finite. Like it feels like I'm done. I'm ready to move on. So like having to tell my coworkers, I'm like I have to break up with like 13 people. I'm like, this is such emotional turmoil.
You're not good with breakups. The one breakup I have wrote out with you, you're not good.
It's like not even a breakup. I don't know. We're not going to talk about this. but yeah, no, I put in my 2 weeks. And like it's because I took up like a more like permanent position at my big girl job. They offered me some cool things, and now we're gonna focus more on the podcast. We're gonna focus more on streaming. Gonna focus more on personal things. So it's time, but it's still bittersweet. But yes, there's some good 5-star reviews.
I mean, there is some 5-star.
There are some 5-star reviews, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
I think their overall rating. What's their overall rating?
That's a good question. It is...
I'm going to say maybe 4 stars?
4.1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's all I'm in there at 4.1. All right. What are the 1-star ratings of a 4.1 star coffee
all right.
shop?
So, we're going to... Yeah, we will talk about some... It's funny because there are some 4-star reviews that are also stupid. So I will talk about those.
Oh, interesting. I didn't even look at the nice reviews.
So... This is the first one. This is a 1-star review. Pan-fried oysters were horrible. I'm sure they were, sir, because we don't serve those. So I don't know where you found them. I don't understand. Okay. But yeah, I would say if you got pan-fried oysters from a coffee shop,
they would probably be horrible.
Yeah, that sounds a little questionable.
It's like going into a kid's art store and getting a tattoo.
Yeah. There's 1 2-star reviews. Coffee is too strong for me.
That's it?
That's all we got. And 2 is spelled T-O.
You can water it down.
Yeah, you can. There is 1 that is also a 2-star review. A lot of them are actually just like 2-star. There wasn't a lot of 1-stars.
Interesting.
It says translated by Google, and it says hello, but the translation is slow with 5 O's. So I don't know what language Google was translating that from. And then there's a 3-star review, and it just says, okay. Thanks. I'll take that.
Yep.
And there's another 3-star review. It says, just pass by. Don't have to go in. Yeah. It's not worth checking out. And there's another one. This is a 4-star review, so now we're getting real nice. And it just goes, good. Want staff. So this is an old employee. It says he was staff 6 months ago. His name was Joel. Joel, I don't ever remember working with you.
I don't remember a Joel.
I never worked with a Joel, so I don't know if you got the quick location. This one, This one bugged me. This is a 4-star review. And it said, my drink tasted on point. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. They should have smiled more.
Ugh. What is
Sir.
Yeah, that's definitely a man, right?
Yeah, 100% a man. Romez.
Ugh. Ugh.
I don't like you, Romez. I've never met you. If you come back, I'm not smiling at you ever.
I mean, you're wearing a mask, but...
Yeah, well,
yeah.
And then we got a 5-star review. And this was fantastic. Lovely guy. Wade said, I don't care. And gave 5 stars. And you know what? That is the kind of energy we need to keep around here, okay?
5 stars, I don't care.
So I appreciate you, Wade. Thank you so much. But yeah, I have some from like another coffee shop location that I used to work at, the one I moved to before working there. And I enjoyed them because it was just like 1 star. Spelled my name wrong. I am sorry, sir. Also, his name is Brian, so I'm like, did they just spell it with like an I or a Y or just messed it up?
Okay, how's the weirdest way you could spell Brian? B-E-A...
A Brian. So you're like trying to like phoneticize it out.
G-H-N-E.
Brian. All right. Yeah, sure. We'll take it. We'll take it. There's a 1-star review. And it's just never been there with 3 question marks.
Okay.
And it's like, that's great. What if you've never been there? Why are you leaving a review?
Yeah. Like, some people, I think they don't actually really understand how Google reviews
I don't
work.
think so. I think they get confused.
Yeah.
This is another 1-star. Most taste burnt. What's most? I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And then there was a 3-star review, and I also appreciate this man. They try. Yes, sir. We do, and I appreciate you a lot. But yeah, there wasn't like too many crazy ones from the coffee shop. I do appreciate that oyster one.
Yeah.
And then the 5-star of, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because he gets them from your workplace?
Yes. So a couple of my workplaces, they were all kind of boring. Like when I went to the boat rental place, all the bad reviews are the online booking system sucks, which, to be fair, it does.
Yeah.
So none were funny. It was just online booking system sucks. Online booking system sucks. But I looked up the Mexican restaurant I worked at. So 4.2 stars. 1-star review. Bad. That's just it.
That's it?
That's it. And then the next review after that, Taco Bell is better.
Oh. Those are fighting words. We barely have Taco Bells in Canada. Sir. Okay. Ma'am, I don't know who you are. Dang.
Okay, and then here's another one. Awful. So this is a 2-star review. Awful rude supervisor. I had an issue with the time we had waited, and all she did was belittle me. Very unprofessional. Admit fault and be cordial about it. The staff seemed okay, but the males all have long beards and should be wearing hairnets. Food is okay. An extremely awful experience. I kept my cool through it all, but will never go back.
Oh, she kept her cool through it all.
Yeah, she kept her cool.
Oh, thank you, ma'am, for your service.
Yeah. And then another 2-star review. Not bad, but not good either.
Again, I don't understand why people are people like trying to be like influencers, like they think they're important.
Because Google has a whole, so with their review system, you can become like, because I looked into Google reviews, like what is the point? And if you leave so many like reviews of different places, you can get that little badge that says local guide. And you earn points. And I was like, what can these points be redeemed for? And it's literally so stupid. But it's, so they think they're an influencer, so they have local guide. Not bad, but not good either, was from a local guide.
What can the points be redeemed for?
Nothing.
Oh.
You get a badge.
That's it?
Yeah.
You don't even get like a Google Play gift card or
no.
like Amazon. Oh, that's awful.
And here's another 2-star review. Least Mexican I've ever had. It wasn't bad, just not very Mexican.
What does that even mean?
So you could have just said non-authentic.
Yeah, not very mixed. That sounds a little racist.
Like, oh my god.
But okay, I guess.
Yep.
God.
Yeah, alright. Amy, your turn.
All right, I don't have as many workplaces as you, so these are pretty fast. There was a couple from when I worked in retail. Not a lot. But one of them was a 2-star review. And it just says, bag stuff. That's it.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. And then there was a 3-star review that just said, not terrible. Again, I don't understand the point. Oh, this was also from a local guide.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You're really doing the Lord's work to earn your local guide badge.
Truly, it's like, not terrible. Great.
Yeah.
But a lot of the ones for when I worked my retail job is they used to do a lot of like promotions where it'd be like, oh, you come like this day, you get 20% off and then you'll get an extra 10 on top of that. And it was people always being like, this is a scammy discount. They don't know how to do the math. They don't know how they're actually discounting things because they would think that the 20 plus the 10 equaled 30%. But I'm not going to go into it. That doesn't equal 30%. Anybody who can do basic math knows that that's not 30% because you get 20% off the main total and then they discount another 10% off of that. They discount it off the discounted price. So it was a whole thing. So it was people who went into like full-blown conspiracy theory mode. I'm not going to sit here and like, one guy literally had like a photo of, he like wrote it out and was like, this is what the discount should have equaled. Like they're trying to scam the system. He still left a 3-star review. So I'm like, all right, this was still above average service.
Yeah.
This is fine. But yeah, that's all I got there.
All right. Okay. So I have when I worked at a grocery store. Here's one from a 1-star review from a local guide. Rude bakery staff. Wouldn't let my 11-year-old child have a cookie because they limit it to 10-year-old. Had to buy a whole pack because the bakery staff yelled, 10 years and under, no exceptions.
Okay, in the defense of the mom, this dude was on a little bit of a power trip. Just give the kid a cookie. I wish I could just go to a grocery store because growing up, I used to do that with my parents.
Me too.
Yeah.
Also, just say your kid's 10. If the kid is 11, just say, like, I'm starting to wonder, was the kid clearly, like, 17? And she's like, oh, he's 11.
But that's also an issue with kids because kids always want to tell you their age.
All right.
Right? It's because my parents used to do the same thing. They'd be like, oh, yeah, my daughter is like... Because there's like the kids discount where like if they're under 13, usually you get a kids discount. So they'd be like, yeah, my daughter's 13. I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
You're 13.
Oh, yeah. Riding the ferry, I was always... I don't know. I can't remember if it was 8 or 10, but I was like 8 for an extra couple of years.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the perks of looking a lot younger than you are. Exactly. So...
But yeah, no, oh my god. Okay, here's another one from another local guide. Ooh, we're pulling the local guides here.
There's so many local guides.
Store manager, please follow my complaint. Rude and insolent cashier on date between 4 to 5 p.m. Register number 12. She did a really disgusting behavior with me. I complained to customer service, but nobody cared. Is your respect the customer manager?
I'm sorry, what? What was that last sentence?
So this is in all capital letters as well. Is your respect the customer, manager, question mark?
Is your respect the... Man, that is not English.
No, this is a man.
Sir, that is not English.
Sir, this is not English.
Also, he had the receipts.
Yeah.
Like, the date, the time, the register. I'll give him some props there. But other than that, No.
Here's another 1-star review. This person is not a local guide.
Okay.
Bought live crab from the seafood department and they wouldn't clean it for us. Disappointing that the customer service from store to store is different because Coquitlam does it for us every time. That's something I really hate, is when something is store policy and they go, well, this store did it for me. Because that happened all at the coffee shop. I'd be like, no, I can't do that. Well, they do it for me here.
Then go there. My favorite thing is sometimes when people would pull that with me, I was like, oh, what store is that? And they would go, oh, it's this store. And I was like, okay, so thank you so much for letting me know that the store is breaking company policy. I will be following this up with my manager, and then we will be contacting that side that they're not following procedure. And then people just go, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm like, have a great day.
I've always wanted to, like, jokingly fire someone, because I remember reading a Reddit post where this guy worked at a family-owned restaurant or coffee shop, and when a customer would ever complain, so the owner's son was the manager, him had this bit where if a customer ever complained, he would turn to him and go, "You are fired, get out."
Oh my god.
And he'd be like, no, I have kids to feed. And then
I have a family.
And then the customer would start backpedaling immediately, going, oh my god, like, no, it's okay. And it's like, no, you said to have him fired, so you're fired. Get out.
Oh my god, the dramatics.
Yeah, because, like, customers be like, oh, like, you should be fired. And then it's like, your consequences have, like, I mean, like, your actions do sometimes have
your
consequences
have actions? I mean, yes.
Yes.
But your actions also have consequences.
Yeah. Because, like, could you imagine, like, complaining and they turn around and be like, you're fired right now, get out, like, how dare you? And just be like, I just wanted a cookie.
There was a video that went viral during the pandemic of a lady who walked into a restaurant and she didn't want to wear a mask. Mm-hmm. And this server had enough because she was, like, arguing with the lady, and then the manager came and, like, wasn't being super helpful, right? Because, again, it's working in customer service right now is really, really difficult and terrible. Mm-hmm. My heart goes out to everybody. It sucks. It sucks having to deal with masks.
Yes.
And this server literally walked out, was like, I can't do this. I'm quitting. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I'm done. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And the girl walked out, and then the customer went, okay, I'll put it on. And did. And I'm like, you only did it because now you feel guilty. Did you not feel guilty before when you were yelling at a minimum wage employee over something that's like a mandate?
Yeah. Well, if you've been on Twitter right now, people in the U.S. are just quitting their jobs, and, like, whole stores are being shut down.
Yeah.
And it is just crazy. But if your employee is making more on EI, you are not offering them a job.
Yeah. No, it's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
And I am in full force of what is going on right now. Because I saw this thing and it made me really upset, but it's so true. People are wondering why they can't get customer service workers. Mm-hmm. A large number of customer service workers were the ones that got sick and died, right? You can't work from home. So we were forced to work during this pandemic. Yeah. Right?
Well, and also a lot of service workers were international students who were also sent home, and they were people who could work for minimum wage, right? Mm-hmm. Or were forced to.
So. And now you have no one to work. Oh, nobody wants to work. Well, how about you pay people a living wage?
Yep. It's not that people don't want to work. There are people who want to work. Yeah. They just don't want to be treated like garbage for $12 an hour. That's not cool. That's not okay.
Yeah.
So I also saw this weird article. Sorry, this took like a weird turn. We'll get back to
get back to the reviews, but on this quick, serious tangent here.
Because at my big girl job, I have to be on LinkedIn all the time. And LinkedIn's a weird place to be.
Yeah, I'm still navigating it.
Yeah, especially as like a millennial Gen Z, like it's a weird place to be because it's all these like older people who are like trying to put their like professional it's like a professional Facebook page basically. Mm-hmm. But there was this really interesting article about how a lot of entry-level jobs are not going to require degrees anymore. Or there's like a very big argument debate sparked by this. Like, some big companies are going to stop asking for degrees. And I'm like, you shouldn't have been asking for a degree in the first place if you're going to be paying someone minimum wage for an entry-level job.
Yeah.
Like, that, why is this a debate? Why is this an argument in the first place? Like, I can understand asking for a diploma, you know, like 2 years worth of schooling, or a certificate of some sort.
Yeah.
And then obviously you would like a little bit of experience or like a portfolio, which is fair, even if it was like schoolwork, right? That's the whole point of a portfolio. But I was like, this shouldn't be a debate. The fact that someone is like, this is debatable. No, it's not.
Yeah.
No one should be asking for a 4-year degree to make $15.
No.
That's, I could go on a tangent about that. But we will come back now to the reviews. We'll come back and be lighthearted.
Yeah.
We just sorry to get a little serious there, but we are back.
And my last review from the grocery store. So, local guide, 1 star. Awesome. Praying hands emoji, praying hands emoji.
And he gave it 1 star?
Yeah. Said it was awesome.
Sir, do you not understand how Google... He's a local guide?
Yep.
I want to talk to Google about this local guide program. I don't think it's helping.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Just kidding. Not last one, because... So, our reviewer's name is Jim. He gave it 1 star, and he said, "This place makes me weep for humanity."
Sir, it's a grocery store. I don't know what you want.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yeah, like, what do you mean weep for humanity? Are you mad about the prices set? Like, sorry that Oreos are $6 a box. That makes me weep for humanity too, a little bit, I guess. Yeah. But that's what you just buy them on sale.
Yeah.
Buy them on sale.
But yeah, so that is the grocery store that gave me severe depression. That was fun times there. But Amy, you got any more?
I have one from my big girl job. They don't have a lot of reviews online. Like, it's not a company people go to visit every single day.
Fair enough.
It's an office. But they have one that made me laugh really hard. And it was like, this person gave it 1 out of 5. One of their engineers blocked my driveway on a Friday afternoon while I was trying to go away for the weekend. So he gave the business a 1-star review because somebody blocked him in the parking lot. And honestly, sir, I respect your pettiness. I truly do. So yeah, that's all they have.
Bro, all right.
Yep.
Now I want to talk about a business that's currently closed because of the pandemic when I worked at the movie theater. Now, there's some gems here, but this one, what I've found is my favorite. 1 star, local guide. Could have been cleaner. Staff were all kids, really unorganized. Will not be going back. However, Jumanji was awesome.
I'm glad that you still enjoyed the movie.
Yeah.
So you came and did what you meant to do. Also, are you shocked that a movie theater is staffed by kids? That's who we're gonna work there.
Yeah.
So glad Jumanji was good though.
Yeah, I'm glad Jumanji was good. But yeah. 1 star. I used to like this theater. I'm very disappointed now that they have replaced human cashiers with machines. I went tonight. I was late for my movie and I wanted to know if I was still on time. The start. Nobody was there. Also, nobody was there to help us with those stupid machines. Not gipping back.
Gipping back?
Yep. Not gipping back.
Not gipping back. I will say, those machines do kind of suck. They're not the greatest. But, like, it's not the movie theater's fault that you were late for your movie. Those movies have set times. They have schedules. You know this when you buy your ticket.
Yeah.
That is on you.
Mm-hmm.
Sir or ma'am, I don't know.
I think it was a man. I've already scrolled past. I'm like, you're just irrelevant. All right. Local guide Steve. Between tickets, treats, and $100 spent for 20 minutes of ads, no wonder we choose things like Netflix. All right, Steve, you tell them.
120 minutes worth. Do they not realize what movies are? Like, movies are just propaganda for the most part. Enjoyable propaganda.
Yeah. There's so many weird bad reviews about the movie theater, and like it actually has 4.1 stars, but there's over 2,000 reviews.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I probably could go on about weird, but like I will leave it at this one. Ran out of hot dogs. Order took so long I missed 15 minutes of my movie. Sorry, Justin, for your loss.
I'm so sorry you couldn't get your hot dogs. It's so disappointing.
I do know that feeling.
Also, like, at that point, wouldn't you just, like, phone it in? Like, if you're missing 15 minutes of your movie, I'd just give up and I would, like, come back to get a refund.
Well, here's something I never understood about the movie. So when we would go to the movie theater, because I actually, even though I worked at a movie theater, I still love going to the movies.
Yeah.
So I know that if the movie starts at 8, it actually starts at 8:15 or 8:17.
Yeah.
Because it used to be 8 minutes of trailers, but then it keeps getting longer and longer. Because you have your pre-show and then trailers, and then you have your lights down trailers.
Yes.
So I remember when they had time play. I really enjoyed being there for time play.
I like time play,
but they got rid of that. So I knew if I was going during the week, I'd show up like 5 minutes before the movie started. Yeah. But if I was going on a Saturday night when I know it's busy and I'm getting popcorn, because I can't go to a movie theater without getting popcorn. Yeah. I show up 20 to 30 minutes early so I can get my popcorn, get my terrible magazine, sit down, eat half of my popcorn in time for the movie to start, because I'm, of course, a cycle planner. Like, how was traffic? How was traffic? Add that to my list of things.
All the phrases that we've messed up today.
Yeah. Bigger and best things, baby.
Absolutely.
How is traffic? How is parking situation? What is the lineup for tickets? What is the lineup for popcorn? And also, I want a good seat. Like, I know a lot of theaters started to go to assigned seating. Yes. But if it's not assigned seating, I need to show up early because I want a good seat.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And then I would get so annoyed when the movie was starting and people still would be coming in, and then they would always try to sit right in front of me, or you're sitting like in the middle and they're like, excuse me, I want to sit. Is anyone sitting there? The movies just started to, like, in a world where there's one girl, excuse me, can I sit here? Sorry, can me and my 12 children who are 15 minutes late to a movie, can we just sit here?
They'll have their little popcorn packs?
Yeah. That one of them always drops.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And it's the biggest annoyance in the world to me, because I will be there's that sliver of hope. It's like the same sliver of hope, you know, when you're sitting in a row in a plane and the seat is still empty. Oh. And you hope that, like, you're like, the doors are almost closing. I might get the seat beside, and when that person comes running.
That is the story of my life, flying every single time. Like, there was one time where I almost had the whole row empty to myself, and I was like, absolutely, I'm gonna have the whole row to myself. This is so great. And then literally they were like, sorry folks, we have one more, like, family quickly coming on board, and it was the people sitting beside me. I was like, you motherfucker. Yeah. I'm like, yes, happy that you made your flight, but I was like, you gave me such a false sense of hope. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's the same thing with movies. I'll find a perfect seat, no one's around me, and then a giant family of 12 just, like, shows up.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say that reminded me of, I used to have a family friend when we would go to movies together. He would buy enough tickets for everybody plus an extra seat. And this is a very Canadian thing, I think. And it makes me laugh now that I remembered it. He would buy an extra seat so we could put our coats on it. That was it. Just, like, put our winter coats on it so we didn't have to have them us sitting behind us when we watched the movie. And it used to make people so pissed, because they'd be like, why did you put your coats on that chair? And he's like, I literally bought this chair to do that.
Yeah, so you have no leg to stand on against him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But people would be like, ugh. And it's just like, if you had fuck you money, wouldn't you do that
Absolutely.
too?
Well, that happened to my mom on a plane. So my mom and I were coming back home from California, and we had originally booked our tickets when I was living in Victoria to fly California, Vancouver, Victoria, but I had moved back to Vancouver.
Yeah.
So I just wasn't going to, when we tried to change my ticket to just California, Vancouver, it was weirdly more expensive.
Strange.
So we're like, okay, we'll just keep it and I won't get on the last flight. I'll just get off in Vancouver. So my mom is excited to have the seat next to her free.
Yeah.
So she gets on the plane and then this stinky, like, middle-aged man sits down right beside my mom, and my mom is non-confrontational when it comes to strangers. Like, a few times I've been with her and I'm just like, you gotta say something.
Yeah.
Like, when people budge in front of her, she'll turn to me and go, like, can you believe that? I'm like, say something.
Yeah.
Like, she's, like, I get it. She's really sweet, but she just doesn't want to do confrontation.
Yeah.
And, which is not the healthiest thing. But anyway, love my mom.
So that's the point.
Yeah, we're filming this on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. And so this big stinky guy gets down, he sits beside my mom, and she's like, she doesn't know what to say. And my mom goes to, like, and then the flight attendant, like, that's my seat. Like, I paid for that extra seat, but I had the ticket with me.
Oh, no.
And the flight attendant was like, can I see your ticket? And he's like, this is my seat. So the flight attendant was like, oh, well, what can you do? And walked away. And thankfully, it's only like a 15-minute flight.
Yeah.
But she was like, I was crouched up against the window because he just reeked.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah. Your poor mother.
My poor mother. Now, moving back to reviews. There's been a few times you've been reading through the reviews where the people reviewed haven't gone in. Here's a 4-star review for my work. Looks classy.
I mean, at least that's nice, you know?
But 4 stars. But
outsider perspective.
Yeah, didn't walk in. Just looks classy. But here is our pièce de résistance. So this is for the grocery store near our house. I came in this evening to buy anniversary cake, and I thought I'd just go there, pay for it, and go back home. This was not the case, as a list of bad experiences followed one after another. First off, when I went to pay for the cake, the cashier asked if we wanted a bag, but didn't even allow us to answer and insisted we just carry the cake without one. Second, we went back to the bakery section to ask for a written dedication. The guy that was hanging around there seemed like he didn't belong in that area. He was wearing blue gloves and holding a mop. We asked him if we could get a dedication, and I was honestly surprised and skeptical when he said he would do it. What happened next was unbelievable. He touched all the chocolate that goes on the cake with the same gloves he used to hold the mop. I was utterly disgusted and asked him if he was thinking of changing his gloves at some point because I saw him holding the mop with the same pair of gloves. He did not apologize and just said, "Oh, yeah, I will." Third, when he went back to write the dedication, he called in another staff member to help him out, but we seem to have been waiting quite some time now. The customer before us was frustrated that the writing on his cake looked like it had been done by a 5-year-old.
Oh, no.
Fast forward, we are waiting and waiting and waiting for a written dedication, and this was already 20 minutes later. There were no other customers and 2 staff members. We asked them the same dirty gloved guy how much longer it would take, and he said, "I screwed up the first one. I don't work in this area, so I called someone else to help." This was the tipping point. Why did the staff member tell us he could do it when he doesn't even know how? Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. We waited another 5 minutes for a third staff member to come. It took another 5 minutes for her to write on the cake, and she got it wrong the first time, so we waited another 5 minutes. I spent over 30 minutes waiting. This overall experience was extremely frustrating, and it could have been avoidable if the dirty gloved staff member had been honest and asked for the proper staff member's help from the very beginning.
The thing that makes this really funny is, like, I want to put myself in the shoes of, like, the guy who's, like, probably, like, a janitorial service member. And he's, like, so nervous, and he just, like, doesn't want to disappoint the lady. So he's like, yeah, I can. Especially, like, if no one is around. And, like, me, like, I have really bad, like, social anxiety, so, like, I hate asking for help. I'll just be like, sure, I can try to do it. And then just him just like fucking up. I'm like, oh man. That lady.
Yeah. Like, he's just shaking in the back. Oh, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing.
You know what? Fake it till you make it. And unfortunately, he did not make it.
Oh, but yeah, that... I hope you enjoyed my dramatic reading of that.
I did. It was fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah, it was left by A.U.
That's it?
That's it. That is the reviewer's name, A.U.
Are they a top critic? Or a guide? I don't remember what it's called.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, this is just a one-off then.
Yeah, just a one-off needed to tell us about their poor anniversary cake. Also,
Why are you getting an anniversary cake from a grocery store?
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to sound... honestly didn't want to sound like an elitist.
No,
but...
that is true. I will take that back a little bit. But like grocery store cakes are fine. I'm sorry, if you're on a budget, you're on a budget.
Yeah.
But like, could you imagine like for like a 30th wedding anniversary, be like, yes.
Yeah.
I want a grocery store cake with those little frosting rosettes that taste a little plasticky, and some cardboard like cake. Again, I know not all grocery stores are like that, but like that's like that's like going to Walmart.
Yeah.
Being like, yeah, I want my anniversary cake from Walmart. Ma'am, you can treat yourself once. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I believe that's where we're going to wrap up this episode, correct?
I believe so. Unless you want... Yeah, the rest of the one-star reviews are too expensive. Who's going to buy these mangoes? Yeah.
Mangoes are expensive, so I don't blame them.
True. But yes, that is our reviews. Something a little lighter, although we did get into the heavy a little bit.
But that's okay.
But if we can take away this, read the reviews. Don't trust every review you read, though. Have a healthy amount of criticism.
Oh, yeah. But, if you're ever bored, go to the one-star section in Google reviews. It's a ride.
It's great. Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. One thing I really wanted was I looked up places where I worked and I was hoping to see if there was any reviews about me. Nothing was mentioned about me any around the times I worked there. So that's a good and bad thing.
I would always say it's a good thing because at the coffee shop, there's some reviews that have people's names in them.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. And I put in my 2 weeks. I'm not gonna oust my coworkers. That's rude and disrespectful.
You're not going to break up with them, then put them on blast?
Yeah, I'm not going to put them on blast. There's a couple who were named, and I'm like, I want to kind of put you on blast, but I'm a respectful, classy lady who sometimes will take the high road. Not always. But yeah, no, there's some gems. So yeah, if you're bored, look up your workplace, look up other workplaces.
And just remember, when you're going to write a scathing review, is this actually an issue? Or do you just have nothing better to do with your day?
Probably the latter.
Yeah.
Definitely the latter.
Yeah. So, Amy, why don't you give us the outro?
Absolutely. My favorite time in the episode, because it means we're done and I can go to bed. Oh, we're also recording this really late. I'm a little tired now. But that's okay. Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode. I hope you enjoyed our reviews. If there's anything else you can think of that you want us to look up and find one-star reviews on, let us know. Drop us a DM or a reply to our social medias, which on Instagram you can find us at Can You Take My Shift. On Twitter you can find us at CYTMS Podcast, and on Facebook at Can You Take My Shift as well. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, and if you listen to us there, please drop us a 5-star review and write a review if you'd like.
Speaking of reviews.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to leave us no, Ash, I don't even want to joke. No 1-star reviews, please. 5 stars only.
5 stars only. Looks classy.
Yes, exactly. Or you can be like, 5 stars. Don't listen.
Yeah.
But appreciate the sentiment. Appreciate it a lot. You can listen to us on Spotify, you can listen to us on Google Podcasts, and you can listen to us on Anchor. You can also listen to us on YouTube at Can You Take My Shift? There's also a couple other videos where you can see our faces on YouTube if you want to watch those. I don't know why anyone would want to do that, but they are there for your watching pleasure. You can also find us on our own personal social medias. Kelsey is at Kelsey Peets on Instagram and on Twitter.
And on TikTok.
And on TikTok too. Yes,
I have been posting on TikTok.
Yes, and I am at Shelly Amy on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Twitch, where I've been playing some Kingdom Hearts and some Among Us every once in a while. But yeah, that is everywhere. Also, Kelsey gained a decent amount of Twitter followers this week. That was very exciting.
I did, and I am making an important announcement here. Even if I was to surpass Amy in Twitter followers, I will no longer be getting a pet fish named Glenn.
What? This is news to me.
We have a kitty cat.
Oh. But, like, Minnie Mouse had her cat Figaro, and she also had fish. Just put the fish bowl up.
True. We're still building trust.
I'm sure you can get a fish later on. Build up enough trust.
All right, keep following me, people. We gotta beat Amy.
Yeah, I also gained some Twitter followers, so you gotta... But you know what? It's okay. You're stepping your Twitter pussy up. So
it's okay. It's not fair. Mason's mother followed both of us.
Yeah. All right. But that's everywhere. So again, thanks guys so much for listening this week. And Kelsey, can you take my shift?
No, I'm having an allergic reaction right now, so I think I need to get that under control.
That is fair. Once you get it under control, though, will you think about it? I'm gonna take that as a no. Okay.
Yeah, TBD.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.